Very good morning to everyone. So it's once again, thank you so much, dear cooperators and friends, joining with this session. Today, as you know, this is a credit union channel, which is provided technical support on credit union leadership. My previous one, we talked about the leadership. Today, part of the second series on leadership, attribute, and skills. So those who are not yet familiar, kindly go to that Ranjit Hettiarachchi YouTube account and you can uh, subscribe. So we talk about the leadership, great leadership, and what is leadership. But today we talk about the leader's attribute and skill, which is a very, very important part. Let's see, starting the leaders. What is the key attribute and skills required? I think setting a goal, realistic, achievable goal setting and measurable, and which is very important. Some of the corporate leaders has want to embrace the whole world. I think it's not practical. They need to understand what is the limitation of the cooperative economic enterprise, which is you call the financial cooperative, or whether you call it the savings and credit cooperative. And take example and look at the setting the financial goal. Particularly, I'm talking type of the measurable, providing quality financial services to how many members, what category. It has to be very clearly mentioning. And that's also very important part. The leaders need a team. So can you recall, I asked earlier my session to measure your successful leader or you're a great leader, how many leaders you created by yourself and how you speak only by yourself. But this time you need to understand how is your team, strong team. Leaders cannot do alone. So that is why leader has to have a skill and attribute to build strong teamwork. This is a key. I think I will give the checklist to you today, end of the session. Maybe you can check how you are smart and good in setting goal and how is much strong your team. We don't need to team those who are saying yes, 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 not to boss to say yes, and see the person who bring the out of the box. I think that's a very important part. Let's see next one. It is also having a vision. I think already mentioned very clearly, and what they need to done. Having a vision of what they need to done. Having a vision is not a dream. It is a practical, tangible kind of vision. To take example, I will need that if the credit union, once they started in the early stage, you can go to the one of my YouTube, at least to be a sustainable. When you see financial cooperative is going up and down, the minimum operational standard, what would be the, at least around maybe based on the Asian experience, 1,000 members, and looking for around maybe 100,000 US dollars mobilizing. It depends on your country, and 3 staff and maintaining the prudential standard. So this is how the leader need to have very clear what they need to do. There's no meaning of the having a vision what they don't know what to do. So leaders is always influencing others. In order to influence other people, the leader need to have a very, very important, highly committed, clear, crystal, excellent communication skill. He can change the way of his talking and inspiring the people. I think that is very important. And check yourself. Now, earlier we talked about how many skill you need to have a setting goal. Another one is team. Another one is a skill. So another one is a very important part of we can do it. It kind of positive attitudes. So leader has to make a positive attitude always to them. We can do it and we can get it there. So we can, this is how leader need to inspire. Whenever the board of directors, he need to whenever come or leading, team building, having a board of directors meeting, it is a formal part of our governance structure. It's a kind of regulatory meeting. I prefer the before board of directors meeting, every new agenda other than formal approval process, any new agenda, the chairman or leaders need to have discussions to see other people view. So it's a very important part, rather bring into the formal approval. So then it is not the way to run. So whenever they are having a casual meeting, informal meeting, focus meeting, so we have to think why we need to done. And also, leader need to be a more ambitious. It's very important. Having ambitions is very important. When I talk to the lot of my own Sri Lankan fellows, some of the leaders and some of the Asian countries, oh, this is the only, they see us today. They see as today. They cannot see. Vision is not things seen in your mind, and it is you seen in the mind. So not seen eye in the mind. So this is how we need to look at here. And there are some other important part of the leaders to adapt to the changes. This is very important. You have to look at your flexibility for change. A good leader should have always treat change that greater flexibility and courage, adapting to the change and challenge as your leader. So when you are elected people or appointed people and working, so I look at the five fingers, it's not the same. So you have to collaborate. Either you are eating or working together, it has to collaborate. In the same way, it is your attribute, it is your skill. I don't have a formula to give to that, how you able to put it people to adaptability. Always look at change. Any change as an opportunity to grow and develop. I think this is very important now. COVID-19, we never ever had experienced such health epidemic, and this situation, the cooperative leaders has to look at what new normal situation to do the business, rather saying we cannot do anything. We can do something. What is we can do that? That is we have to look at looking for changes. Another one, change can help to motivate you and identify area and opportunity for development. So when it's come to the changes, while now is very important, I am again and repeating. Within another 2 to 3 years time, almost all the credit union so need to look at how you deliver your financial services using mobile. Change is coming. It's called digital financial services. So if any credit union cannot do, I believe that you will have a greater problems. So this is, I strongly believe that. The leader also be a flexible and managing changes and opportunity for changes. Managing changes and opportunity changes. So this is how we need to have a good leader. Good leader also need to adapt, stay alert on the working environment and what is happening around. So that is why he need to have a facts and figures. So is it do not just to listening to the gossip and get into the facts and figures. So I think I strongly believe so all the leaders must able to read and do the analysis. Very recently, I don't want to mention the name of the one chapter of a country. I did it for analysis for the all this corporate society. All are every aspect, either membership and whether you look at the savings and share is below the standard. But however, they feel that they are very good. Anticipate the changes process and recognizing the different stages. This is I prescribe the credit union development stages, initial stage, development stage, expansion stage, and consolidation stage. Consolidation stage is need to go very systematically. So the leaders also need to understand the techniques and maintaining open communication channel. So we have a various stakeholders, and we have people who are not really agree with us, our views and opinion. So you have to open for the communication channel, and also we need to be flexible enough to look the different angle and the changes. So this is a very important. Always do not look only one angle. We have to look the different angles for the changes, and then also to see where they could apply the existing skill, knowledge, and what's new skills required. I I strongly believe currently all the primary cooperative leaders should have a skill how to communicate through the computer, and having a skill on using Google Meet and Zoom. Now, not necessary people to come to physically to travel to the place. Now it's create a new environment. So this is how need to have a board of directors meeting. Everybody go to the Google Meet or maybe Zoom. I don't want to promote any particular marketware, and they will enable to have the WhatsApp and then communication system, and stay optimistic. That is very, very important. Keep always optimistic. Let's go. I will give some examples. So then it will be not going to be a longer. Great leader as a great listening skill. So this is how I want to say. Kindly listening is a foundation of the any key leaders. The leaders do not assume you know everything. Somehow you develop, and you have a charisma kind of skill to attract the people and come, and you able to listen to the people because you have to move with the people. Another one, again, I talk, your team playing is very important. No matter how small your organization is, you are interact with others and every day. Again, I want to repeat and repeat my previous leader does not mean you are elected people only. The leaders is a senior management, CEO, chairman, board of director. I told that though you can have a position, but you may not be a leader. So, but you have to improve and letting others see, encouraging innovations and idea. This is I like to improve and see. If you don't have, you need to look at. I will get into one. Mother Teresa, you need to, how do you recognize and clear identify your vision and mission. I I I want to tell every cooperative society, financial cooperative society, your board of directors meeting, you need to have a very clear vision and mission. I get very example, primary cooperative, providing quality financial services. So it's very well, financial services. And then mission, encouraging for the members to involve economic activity and providing the financial services to not social economic development. I think that should be the consequence. But our task is creating economic activity. So then easy, and then you can see a target very easy, and then know when to draw the line. This is very important. When we go beyond the line, so this is a very difficult part. Cooperatives are acquiring big buildings and land, doing the various type of the non-financial services, printing shop and other kind of shop. I don't mind that side. It is kind of substitute, but we need to understand where our savings and credit main business, and get time is very important. Get the time the rightly. So timing is very important. There's nothing, if you don't reach the time, there's no point. Embrace about all the doubt. So whenever you have a doubt, so let's see what is the doubt and follow all your action, all your action. So this is when I follow your call to action, not only lip service, and we need to put it into practice. Don't wait for the leaders. Do it along person to person. So do not wait. And this is how I captures from Mother Teresa. And I will go to another one, storytelling, great leaders. Storytelling is another one. What's captivity of people and drives for them to action. This is also very important part of the uh, only our storytelling. Authenticity is very great leaders are who they say, and they are having integrity beyond compare. It is not necessary to compare you with some other people. Your integrity is clearly authenticity. So this is a very important part. I'm going to put some of the statement of the great leaders, and they see that Ernest Hemingway, when the people talk, listen completely. This, most of the leaders never listen. This is how great exercise. If you are really not practicing, this is a good time for you. Robert McFred. So there's a storytelling is the most powerful way to but ideas into the world today. See, this is Robert McFay and Oprah Winfrey. So I hope everybody knows about that. I had no idea that being you, authentic self, could make me as rich as I have become. I, if I had it, I would have done it along and earlier. So this is a kind of statement of the victory. And let's see also at the leader and manager. So all the board of directors and senior management, you can play a role as it is a manager or the leader. The manager has a desire always to be right. He doesn't want to make any mistake. The manager never want to make any mistake. He want to do the right, but it's not. Leader, do not afraid. You might make a mistake, but you need to understand it is inventing. Now, also, if they make a mistake, they can try to hide it and will never admit it. So this is how the manager, whenever he make a mistake, he want to hide it, but he never going to admit. That's very wrong, but true. Leader is not a true leader. Understand innovations. Leader always a team to make mistake. So what is I'm telling? So if you're going to do something, it might be mistakes. So then it mistakes create innovation. Without mistake, there's no innovations. So this is how world is moving and changing. Are you leader or are you manager? So all the people managers are maintaining based on your guideline, based on that. But leader go beyond one step, inspiring the people, promoting people, and again people to innovate the people. So I think this is how I'm going to end up this session, and maybe my next presentation will be what is your leadership style. So wait for that one, so then we will able to understand. So now we finish it, session 2, and the session 3 is coming. What is your leadership style? Once again, thank you so much for listening. Please check yourself, self-identification. Are you a great leader? What is your leadership competency, skill, and attributes? So with that, once again, thank you so much for everyone for joining. Have a good day. Bye-bye.